Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's video. It is going to be the second and final update before the finale for the Graveyard project pan. This project was created by Emily from Emily and Max. She is the queen of creating just super fun project pans. She'll be linked in the description box down below, as well as all other information pertaining to this project. I think, is this the third or fourth year that we've been doing it? We've been doing it for a while, and it is such a fun project. If for some reason this is your first time catching a Graveyard project pan, there are two separate categories of products that we work on in this project. You can choose the amount of products that you work on. Most people choose 6 because it's kind of like a spooky number, but those two product categories are collecting cobwebs, which, as the name would suggest, these are makeup products throughout our makeup collection that are collecting cobwebs. Maybe they've just been neglected, we haven't reached for them in a while, or they're some of our older products in my makeup collection. I'm just realizing now I feel like my face is a lot lighter than my body. We'll get into why. It's actually not color guard today, it's a bronzer. And the second category is Resurrection, which are products that we've been working on in previous projects that we have not been successful on reaching our goals on, or products that we've worked on in separate projects that we want to resurrect, bring back, and either try and hit a new goal or try and empty that product out completely. So that being said, I have 6 products that I've been working on. I have 2 products that will be rolling out. I'm really excited about the products I'm going to be rolling in to replace those 2, and I'm also really excited about the progress throughout the rest of my products. So if you're interested in my update, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content, palette themed content, or just chit-chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. Just a disclaimer, I am filming this video like a week in advance because I'm gonna be out of town and I want to make sure that this video goes up on the 31st. There's one product that, like, maybe if I used it every single day I could use it up, but probably not. And honestly, I'm happy having some products that like are not all the way used up but kind of close to it, just to like alleviate some of the panning pressures, if you will. The next update will be the finale, and that will be on Halloween, the 31st of October. And I'm going to update in terms of how long these products have been in this project. I used to update my updates with weights. I've decided to stop doing that just because I don't have like a super precise scale, and I don't really feel like spending the money on getting a super precise scale just to like weigh my makeup. So I'm just gonna not share weights. It was like not a stat that I like got excited to like share about or even like track my progress via weights. So in all my projects, we're gonna stop showing the weights. I hope that's okay with you guys. Okay, I'm looking at my spreadsheet, and the first product I have to talk to you about is the bronzer that's on me today. It is my Tower 28 Bronzino bronzer, and I am so glad that I rolled this product into this project because, so I've been trying this year to find different ways to like multi-purpose some of my makeup products to get more use out of them and try and move products out of my collection. And this product is one that I have now multitasked as basically like an all over bronzer. It's literally all over my chest and neck right now. And I have absolutely loved this for the summer because I feel like it gives the most beautiful bronzy glow. I may consider purchasing this again next summer specifically for my chest. My air conditioner literally just came on. I'm sorry if you're hearing like rumbling. Maybe hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna turn it off for now. Hopefully the fan turns off. I don't love this and didn't really love it on the cheeks just because it was glowing. It was more like a really deep like bronzy highlight. But on the body, I love it. I don't need it for like fall, winter, but next summer, I think I will purchase again because it's kind of like a body blur too. I absolutely love it. So this is what we have left. So I will obviously carry this into September, but I anticipate this will be an empty by the finale, which will be so freaking exciting because if you told me at the beginning of this year that this would be an empty, I would have been like, you're crazy. I'll probably end up decluttering this. So I'm glad that I found a way to make it work, and I think it'll be an empty. This, I believe, I don't know if I've worked on this in another project. I think I have. Plus, this is one of the older products in my collection, so this really could have been a Resurrection or a Collecting Cobwebs product. This next product is could also be considered both, but more of a resurrection product. It is the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam, and I gave myself a goal of trying my darndest to finish this off. So when I rolled this in, it was in April at the introduction, and we were, hopefully this will focus, right about here. Last update, I didn't make a new line marking. This update, we are moving the line marking down to here. So in terms of this formula, I feel like I've made a really great progress on the product. You need the tiniest amount of product to get a really beautiful effect on the cheek. What I do love about this product is even if I'm not wearing foundation, this is something like, I'll just toss a primer. Okay, it got cut off because my camera card didn't have space, so I had to clear some space. As I was saying, even if I'm not wearing foundation, like I'll just slap a primer on my face and then pop some of this on just for a little bit of color. So it's been really easy for me to get use out of this summer. Now I will say, because this is more of like a peachy shade, like this is definitely more something I like in the spring, summertime, although I can easily make this work for me here in the fall as well. There it is swatched right there. It's so pretty. I was gonna say I maybe could use this as like a lip product too, but I'm like, ugh, I don't really reach for a shade of lips like this. It's really beautiful, but I don't necessarily know that this is going to be an empty by the time that this project is complete, which is fine. I am confident that if it's not, I can roll this into a project next year and this will hopefully be an empty in 2024. My packaging is like, I don't know if you'll be able to see right here, starting to like come up on the sides here. I'm like, I need to finish this product off and like be done with it, because I feel like the packaging is really starting to age. Okay, you guys, I just realized I was reading my notes wrong, and I was thinking this was a second empty, but I realized that I updated you guys on this, I believe last update, and this was an empty then, which means that we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna have 7 products, because I do still kind of want to roll in the 2 products I was planning to roll in. Okay, we'll get to all that at the end. So that means that the only empty I have for this update to share, or the only progress I have to share, not progress, the only empty, is finally, I'm so excited about this. This is my RMS Uncover Up Concealer. And this has been lingering in my collection for far too long. There's like maybe a little bit of remnants at the bottom there. Why is my camera not wanting? Okay, when I switched the camera settings on my, or cleared space on my camera, on my card, I moved, I hope, I don't know. My focus wasn't working how I wanted it to. Anyway, as I was saying, can you guys tell like the ADHD brain is like, we were having a lot of squirrel moments today. Anyway, okay, so I'm super excited to be done with this. This has been lingering in my collection for far too long. Really didn't enjoy this, but I did enjoy this at one point in its lifetime with me. Had a huge pan on this and really just wanted to finish this off. Like, I dedicated so much of use to this that I wanted to empty it out rather than just like decluttering it halfway through. It's like, do you guys have that with certain products? But then there are certain products that I'm like, it's not worth the hassle. I don't know why I decided this was worth the hassle of trying to finish it off. Is it gonna focus? There's maybe like a little, like the pot is a little bit dirty, but there's not enough product in here to use this up. I did end up mixing this with foundations that were like a little bit too dark because this was a little bit too light for me. I ended up mixing with foundations to try and get more use out of it, but I did not like the way that it looked mixed with any foundation that I tried. And then I used this as sort of like an eraser to like clean up my eyeshadow and things, but like overall I'm just this is one of the products that I am most excited to see go this year. So this is officially an empty, which is so exciting, and that will be rolling out. So the other 3 products that I have to update you on all rolled in last update. So up first I have this right here, which this is a product that if I filmed this a week from now, I like maybe would have this as an empty, but I'm okay with like just slow going with this and having like less, like I can either finish this really fast and then have one less product that I'm working on panning, or I can just like move through this slowly while I cycle through some other foundations that I'm not currently panning. But this is the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. I rolled this in for a Collecting Cobwebs product. However, this is also something I've worked on in projects, so it's also a resurrection product. essentially every product I feel like that I've worked on could fall into either category. But when I rolled this in June, this is where we were at, and I do have a new marking right here. The majority of August I have spent dedicated trying to finish up my Kosas Revealer Foundation once and for all. So I wasn't reaching for this much. My Rolling Project 10 pan will be posting tomorrow, so I'm not going to spoil for you whether or not the Revealer Foundation is indeed empty, but I didn't reach for this much. I do actually have this on my skin today, and I really enjoy this. Used to be a foundation I would say I would repurchase. However, it's really similar to the NYX Born to Glow, which I don't even know if you can get the NYX Born to Glow foundation anymore. But I've also, as I've been watching through, can you tell I'm really chatty today as well? Jeez Louise, I'm annoying myself at this point. I have noticed this year more than any other year that my makeup preferences, both in terms of like how I like to do my makeup as well as preferences for products, has changed the most significantly. So I'm finding that things that used to be all-time favorites are like not necessarily any like favorites anymore. It could be because I'm 32 and like I'm starting to really feel like my skin is aging. I was looking back at old videos from like 2020 and 2021, and I was like, I've definitely gained a few pounds and my skin is aging. Like, girl wants some Botox to get rid of these forehead lines. But I just think that between this and the NYX Born to Glow, they're not my favorite foundation on the market anymore, so I don't think I would repurchase either. But this is not a chore to go through. I still really enjoy it. I think it gives a really beautiful natural glow to the skin, and using up this last little bit will be very easy and an enjoyable experience for me is what I'm getting at. So we're going to continue to work on this, but I do anticipate, I'm very confident that this will be an empty next update, which means there are two products I'm still very confident will be an empty. A product that rolled in last update that like could be an empty, but I'm not the most confident, is this NARS lip lacquer, full vinyl lip lacquer in the shade Santo Domingo. It is this really beautiful, it looks more mauve purple in the tube, but on my lips at least, it pulls more of like a mauve pink, and it actually does stain the lips as I use it. It's not like the most sticky. Like when I think of like a lip lacquer, I think of like you're like pressing your lips together and like pulling them apart, and you know when you get like those goopy strings between your lips, that's not like this at all. This is actually a really comfortable formula, but I prefer a gloss, and it's just not a favorite anymore. I used to really enjoy this product. I did make some good progress. This is something that I just kind of have sitting at my desk, and even if I'm like editing a video and I don't necessarily need anything on my lips, I'll put this on my lips, and it adds like a little bit of, I don't want to say hydration, like it's not hydrating the lips, but it feels like I have something on my lips so they're not like dry lips. So that is how I've been getting use out of it mostly. I have worn this to work on a few days as well, but I don't always love like the stain that it leaves on my lips either. So it's been a little bit slow going. If I measure like the same amount of use, I wouldn't quite have this as an empty. However, this is a really beautiful shade for the fall, and who knows? I would love to have this as an empty before October 31st. Regardless, this needs to be an empty before the end of the year because this is one of the 23 products I set out to pan in 2023. So hopefully it's just an empty October 31st. And then the last product to update you on is this primer right here. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer. I enjoy this, and for a drugstore pore filling primer, I actually think this is a really good option. I just really prefer the Tarte Timeless Pore Filling Primer. Like, it is just my all-time favorite. I told myself I could repurchase it when I finished the rest of my pore filling primer, so I really should just like hurry my way through this. However, I have found this year that I have really just enjoyed a gripping primer. I've been trying to get through all of my e.l.f. primers, which I had the Jelly Pop, the Mint Jelly Pop or whatever, and then the Power Grip. So maybe it's just that I've been working on a lot of gripping primers, although right now I'm also, this isn't in a project, but it's the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer, which is actually very gripping. I've just been enjoying a gripping primer. I don't know why I keep going on tangents about literally everything, but I have not like felt super inclined to reach for a pore filling primer. So it's been like, it's taken me like the motivation to like, I don't want to say force myself to use this, but kind of, because I could just really take or leave a pore filling primer right now. I also feel like my skin has gotten even more dry as I've been aging, so it could just be that it makes my skin feel more dry. Again, I really kind of just want to get Botox so I won't need a pore filling primer, right? I mean, I know I would still have pores, but my pores don't really bother me. It's my forehead lines that do. So sometimes I use a pore filling primer thinking it's going to even out my forehead lines. Anyway, this is the progress that we've made. Rolled this in June. We are down here. By no stretch of the imagination do I think that this is going to be complete by the finale, which is such a bummer. I can't remember if this is one of the primers I did want to pan this year. In the back of my mind I did, but I don't know if it's one of the 23 and 2023 I included. This is getting old though, so I do need to use it up. This, you can't really tell, but this has also been going in other projects. It's also one of the older products in my collection. So pretty much I chose products for this project that fall into both resurrection and collecting cobwebs. Like, the product could be considered either. Anyway, this we are going to continue to work on. So I thought that I was rolling this out, but I forgot that I rolled this out last update and replaced it with this. So I did choose 2 products to work on. I don't think I will finish either of these products, but I do want to roll them in because they're both older in my collection. I don't know if I worked on either of these. I think I may have also worked on both these in a project. I'm sure I have at any given time. But they're getting old and I want to just give myself an extra boost of motivation to reach for both of these. So up first, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Mine's so, I want to say I purchased this 2019, my birthday, 2019. I'm almost positive, so don't judge me. It doesn't smell weird at all. I have been using this recently. I haven't had any sort of breakouts or texture on my cheeks. I've mostly been using this as a highlighter while underpainting lately, but I've also used this all over the face and really love it just for an all over the face glow. It is my oldest product like this currently in my collection. I do have the Auric Glow Lust, the e.l.f. whatever, and some other things, but sometime in my lifetime, I do think I will end up owning the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter again. It's just my favorite. It's just my favorite. I just like it above the rest, but it's so similar to those other products. I need to get myself through all of those before I go and like immediately repurchase this. Where I can see the product settling, I'm about halfway through this. I just want to see how much I can use of this, and I also just want to give myself motivation to reach for it. So I'm like, I'll put it in a project, so then I'll want to use it, so I'll have like an exciting update. So that is what we're gonna do. We'll see what happens. I'm not even really going to set a goal other than I hope we see line movement by the finale. And then the final product that I'll be rolling in is this RCMA powder that is currently in my Laura Mercier container, because the RCMA powder comes in like the spice shaker packaging. This is by far my oldest powder in my collection. Like, I'm talking probably 2017, 2016. It's old. And I have so much of it left. This is how much I have left. I do not reach for a loose powder anymore, although I did just purchase the mini size of the Givenchy Prism Libre powder, which I'm very excited for. So I just don't want to have, I don't get excited about the powder part of my like makeup routine. Yes, I love to have a good powder, but it's not something that makes me excited. So I just want to work towards having a smaller powder collection, and truly I just don't reach for a loose powder. Maybe that'll change, because I used to be all about loose powders and never used a setting powder, and for the past several years it's been all about like the pressed powder for me. But I want to finish this up. I don't know that I don't think I can finish this by the end of the year even, but I just want to give myself some motivation to reach for this. So that is what we're gonna do. I'm about halfway through this container when it's settled. If it could settle, it doesn't want to settle. When I measured this earlier, I'm about halfway through the container. So again, my goal would just be to have, oh, I see why, because I had it held upside down. There we go. About halfway through, maybe just like a little bit more than halfway, a little bit more than half of the product filling the container. I just want to have some sort of change. I want there to be a line marking move. Maybe I could say like it would be nice to be to like the bottom of Laura Mercier, like the brand name right here. That would be like a good goal, but I just want to use this. So fingers crossed that's what happens. But that is going to wrap it up for today's update. Again, I think I will at least have 2 empties by the next update, which will be really exciting. I feel like this has been my most successful graveyard project pan year. I've actually finished off and emptied some products in this project, which is So exciting for me. I do think we'll have 2 empties. We'll see how much more I can get through in this. Perhaps this will be an empty, and then hopefully I'll have maybe like a 4th of this left at the end of the project, and then I'll just hopefully progress on these 2 products. I'm like, am I missing something? I don't think so. That is going to wrap it up for today's update. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel. Let me know the oldest product in your makeup collection. Like, let me know an empty that you used up this year that was like really old and how old it was. I would love to hear your comments about that in the comments down below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for supporting me. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will catch you in tomorrow's rolling project pan update. Bye.